What you're seeing here is every single one of my Instagram reels being transcribed by Claude Code and being turned into an actual knowledge system that makes sense. And oh my gosh. And as you can see, it's pretty extensive. And I'm about to show you how you can set this up in like 5 minutes. It's really easy. This might look a little bit complex and scary at first, but if we zoom in, we can see how it works. And it's actually kind of simple. Every single gray node is an Instagram reel. And you can see that the Instagram reels are connected and tagged to different topics and different ideas. That was all done by AI. I'll show you how to do that later. But let's click on a specific Instagram reel, like, well, that's not one. This one, for example. What Claude was able to do was it was able to pull the transcript, pull the caption, analyze the hook, and give me the reach on this specific video. And so it basically did a little bit of a analysis on one specific video, and it did that for every single one of my Instagram reels, all 300 of them. And what that allows us to do is analyze patterns in our own content. And this should be kind of obvious, but once you're able to see the patterns of your content and see what's working and what's not working, you know what to double down on, you know what you should probably leave behind or what can be strengthened in your videos. For example, I had Claude Code do a little bit of an analysis on my first 32 reels, and basically it told me that I was slumping. It told me that I was kind of like in the gutter right now. What's not working, what is working. I had this one video that went viral, and basically it was able to do a full analysis on why something's working. What can we replicate? What can we do again? It even is able to scan trial reels. So this was one of the videos that I posted, has like 100,000 views. I reposted it to trials, has 2.5. This is 1.4. So it is actually able to detect the differences in your trial reels, which could be really, really useful for A/B testing. Now, we could spend all day talking about use cases. Like, for example, Claude was able to do a bunch of like brand analysis on what I have. It was able to identify my voice going through, older your brother yapping at the kitchen table, apparently, right? It was able to identify what type of positioning that I've had, right? I gave it a little bit of information about myself, and it was able to kind of pull from my Instagram reels in that little interview it did of me and generate a little nice, like, kind of memo dump for me. All of that doesn't matter if you don't know how to set this up, right? So let's go and do that. So for us to set this up, we should probably understand what this is, right? Now, I am not technical at all, but basically this guy called Andrej Karpathy co-founded OpenAI, super smart guy, came up with this idea of an LLM wiki. Apparently, like, it's better for research and personal notes, and it gives LLMs a better context window of who you are. But really what this means for us as content creators is that Claude is able to move efficiently through every single one of our pieces of content and things we've consumed and identify patterns in that really, really well. This is better than ChatGPT or like Notebook LM because you can't upload every single one of your reels to ChatGPT, right? You're gonna get freaking rate limited or whatever. With Claude Pro or Claude Pro Max, if you're feeling snazzy, you can really have your entire social media database hosted on your computer. Okay, in order to set this up, you're going to need two things. You're going to need Obsidian and you're going to need Claude Code. These are the two things that make the system work. Obsidian is what you see here. This is kind of like the front end. This is how you can basically see everything that Claude Code is doing. It makes it all nice and pretty and colorful for you. And then Claude Code, of course, we all know what Claude Code does. I'm going to assume that if you're watching this video, you at least have Claude Code. And so we're just going to show you how to really quick set up Obsidian. Just click this button. It's going to download a little DMG file. And now I've already downloaded Obsidian, so I'm not going to download it twice, But theoretically, it will take you to like a manage vaults file. It's going to take you to a file like this. And there you're going to say like create new vault. You're going to name it like Henry's Brain. And then you're going to place it on your desktop. So here is your new vault. This is where your AI creative director is going to live. You're going to do nothing with this. You're not going to touch this at all. What you're going to do is you're going to go to Claude Code now, and you're going to point Claude Code at that vault. So now that we're in Claude Code, we are going to go point the Claude Code at the specific folder that we made for our second brain. So you're going to go to wherever your folder is held. I held it on my desktop. Henry Brain, click open. All right, now it's pointed at your brain. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go grab that LLM prompt from the Karpathy wiki. So just press Control A, Control C, right? And then paste it in there. And on top of this, we're going to add a little something like, I want you to create an LLM wiki to be my AI creative director for Instagram. And then you just click paste, and it goes and does its work. I'm going to actually stop it because I already have it made and stuff. And basically, from here, it's going to prompt you to do a bunch of things, and it's going to do a bunch of things in your folders. They can be a little bit complex, and it's going to ask you to download some stuff, and you're going to need to go and finagle your way, and it's going to get really, really complicated, which is why, and this is what it is, I tricked you guys, because I'm about to pitch you, bro. This is why I created a way better system to help you set it up. Boom. It's the way easier way to set it up, and that's by paying me your doubloons. Now, on a serious note, before I get into my pitch, this is completely achievable so long as you have like 24 hours to kill Claude Pro Max and a decent understanding of how to prompt Claude and use Obsidian. However, since I'm assuming that some of you guys don't want to do all of that, I did create a system prompt that has the creative director instructions built in, specific skills for creative directing built into the Claude MD file, as well as a setup file for your own personal use that basically kind of shows you step by step how to go through it. There are things in here that are kind of hard to understand and hard to do on your own, such as downloading the Whisper API so that your Claude can actually transcribe the reels for free, or getting the Instagram API so that you can get all of your Instagram data scraped. That's how you use Claude Code to get the trial reels for yourself. Now, this stuff is, again, achievable for free. You guys can figure it out. But if you don't want to do that, then, reach out to me, and for a slight fee, I will set this up on your PC. Anyway, that's the end of my pitch and kind of the end of the video. I was probably going to make a video on all the use cases for this, but there's a lot of use cases, and I'm still building out skills for this. This is an ongoing project. Another reason why you should buy my thing, because I will be updating it as it goes along for support for YouTube, X, and LinkedIn. Right now, it's only for Instagram. See you guys later. Peace.